Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. Okay, listen, we've talked about this before, and it's a known entity that I have this unhealthy obsession with wax canvas. But as of to this point, I was laser focused on only two companies when it came to get my itch for the wax. So I reached out to Waterfield, made in San Francisco, because a lot of you guys were talking about on my live streams or leaving in my comments, like, you got to check these folks out. Not only are they also doing wax canvas, but they're also pumping out stuff that has to do with leather goods and just really nice bags and stuff that you might want to take a look at. So I've had the wonderful opportunity to try out and test a bag from Waterfield out there in San Francisco. Full disclosure, they sent me this bag, no money exchanged hands. As a matter of fact, they're seeing this video for the first time, just like you guys. I've been using this as my everyday carry sling bag for quite a while. This is called the Custer Tech Sling. Where does the name come from? I'm not really sure, Waterfield. Like, where did you come up with Sutter? It almost sounds like Shutter, but maybe not so much. Here's my bottom line up front. If you want a sophisticated bag with a massive amount of craftsmanship, heritage, the Waterfield Custer Sling is for you. Now, that being said, just click the links in the description. Go forth and make your purchase. You've seen enough. You know what you need to do. But if you want to know the things I like and I don't like, and you basically want to just watch me glaze this bag for the next few minutes, go grab me a rag so I can glaze away, because this thing is pretty good stuff. Now, first off, the bag comes in two different sizes. I have here what's called the compact size, which is approximately 11 inches in height. You do get the 8 inches in length, and then you're also going to get 3 inches wide when this thing is completely empty. It comes out to about a 4.5 liter bag, easily fits in about 11-inch iPad Pro. You know you're going to be good to go for that. $189 coming in for this. We'll talk more about the price here in a second. There's also a full-size version of this bag, which is $199, which seems to be pretty fair because it's 3 additional inches taller in height, a little bit longer, just bigger overall. That can fit a 12.9-inch iPad Pro, so you basically probably can get away with most. I'm not going to say all, but probably can get away with like a MacBook Air 13-inch laptop. Your mileage may vary. They've coined this the Tech Sling. This does comfortably fit my iPad, and I'm going to slowly load this or unload this thing to kind of show you how I had this thing loaded out, but overall talk about the bag. Now, it is made of a brown wax canvas, or you can decide to get this in a ballistic nylon if that floats your boat. It has a full grain leather accent on the very front. You can get that in black, or you can get that in brown chocolate, which is what I decided to get here. Now, one thing I want you to think about is that this company used full grain leather. Full grain leather means they use the toughest part of the hide of the cow. The wax canvas itself is a 15-ounce wax canvas, which makes it very easy for wiping off stains and stuff. You're going to need like a damp rag if you want to wipe those off. Also, it being wax canvas, you're probably going to have to re-wax this about once a year, depending on your use case. You know, I review a lot of different bags, so this will be stored properly, so I may not have to wax it as much. But if this is your everyday bag, the only sling bag that you have, you're using it all the time, you're going to have to re-wax this. It does come with some custom snap hooks, which swivel very easily. So this hook at the very bottom down here actually swivels with your motion of your body, so it can kind of move around and always be ready to good to go. And also the hook itself has the Waterfield logo on there. And even at the very top, this is very well stitched together, built in pretty good. It has a removable shoulder strap, so if you want to leave this in, you can leave it on, you can take it off. But this really helps with distributing the weight across your shoulders and your back. And of course, you can see like this wing design where it goes up a little bit higher, which even helps distribute the weight even more. The zipper pulls are custom. All the zipper pulls are custom, where they have this coating on them. All of them have like this black coating on the zipper pulls with the Waterfield logo. We'll talk more about the zipper pulls here in a second. And then the thing about the zipper pulls is they're all paired with waterproof zippers themselves. So you're going to have less worries about your items getting wet inside, as long as you keep these things nice and tight and closed up. The back, you got this nice mesh here that makes it super breathable. And in my experience so far, it does do a pretty good job of separating the sweat away from your back. Now, the strap is adjustable, what they call this cam lock type system right here. And basically, while you're wearing the bag, you can easily just lift this lock up and move the strap as you see fit and not have to take it off. That's pretty innovative to even incorporate something like that. So a very nice keep system in here. If as you loosen and tighten this, you don't have extra actual strap going all over the place. It just kind of feeds into itself. The very front has a double access front pocket. So no matter which way you decide to sling this, you're going to be able to access the items that you have on the very inside with the just being able to access that pretty quickly. And then you can decide of how you want to wear this. I tend to wear my sling over my right shoulder, so I have mine set up in that way, but it does have 2D hooks on the bottom. So if you do want to change that around, you can. I'll just keep mine with my hero clip on this one, but it's pretty easy to switch that around. The actual sling the strap is not removable, so that's something that you might want to keep in mind. Getting inside of the bag itself, it is lined with this nylon gold liner, which I don't know if it's a signature thing for Waterfield, but it looks so much better than the camera can do justice. This nylon gold interior is so fire. It looks really good. I love the way it's built out. Easily fits anything inside of here that I need it to. So I got my iPad Pro back here. Got the case for my Ray-Ban Metas, which I'm wearing. More to come on that in a future video. It does have this very actually well done, well stitched key holder. This key holder, it does have that same swivel design, just like the actual strap. So this moves, it allows for you to keep a little Olight i1R2 Pro in here so I can illuminate and see inside the bag, but I probably wouldn't even need that. And then as you look on this side, you get one large slip pocket, and then you get three basically pen or pencil sized pockets, which may be overkill, but you can kind of see the different options you have there. So I have my Apple Pencil, a little charger. This is normally where I put the pen if I have my notebook in here, but my notebook's on my desk right now. And then enough room for you to put whatever you want to put inside. So I got some field notes and a battery bank, a little data crew small fry. So it does have plenty of room. And then the very middle is just a big dump area. Dump whatever you want to. This very back area, I know it's not nylon in the very back, but it feels really good. It's actually this neoprene material, which lines the back of this pocket, but it feels so good. It feels like I can stick one of my kids in this bag and they can take a nice nap. I know it's not velvet. It just feels really good. I can't describe the material, but you would feel comfortable running a tablet or a super small laptop if you had like an 11-inch laptop, or if you got the bigger size, a 13-inch laptop, naked in this bag. It just feels really good that way. So this front zipper area is kind of the same thing, still with that nylon gold material. This is just like a big dump area. This is normally where I might keep a microphone if I'm doing some YouTube stuff. Keep a wallet so if I want to get that out of my pocket. What I've liked about this front area is that it's so big, I just dump my pocket in here. I'll throw wallets in here. I might throw my key fob in here. I might throw my multi-tool if I don't want it in my pocket, maybe a flashlight in here, and it just all gets absorbed into the system. Getting the bag down to its empty shape, you can see it collapses down pretty small. It's actually pretty manageable just as it is, just like this. So let's talk about some of the cons of this bag so that I can continue getting my glaze on for the rest of the bag. There's a handle that you can buy, and if you buy the handle, they'll sew it into the bag right here. That's $25 additional. I'm imagining they don't do that automatically because it takes away from the aesthetics of the bag, but to have to pay $25 for a handle makes it a little odd, and it does make it a little odd for grabbing the bag off the ground or off a seat, off your car seat, or if it's sitting on a couch. You tend to grab it by this little top strap or grab it by this little wing right here because there's not a handle to grab it. Would the strap take away from the aesthetics? Probably. I don't know if they did a focus group or if they just didn't like the way it looked or whatever. It doesn't exist. Speaking of this area, the look of this extended padding took a while for me to get used to. I understand why it exists and why it's there. And it kind of just, I don't know. The bag, I think, would look dope if it looked like that. where it didn't have that extension, but I understand this does distribute the weight. Does the look different? Yeah, it looks throws me off a little bit. The zipper pulls are not long enough for this front pocket. So this is what the zipper pulls look like when they're naked. So I have zipper pulls here. They're nice. They're coated. They're definitely YKK. But when these zipper pulls are here, they kind of get absorbed behind the leather. So I did have to add some little pulls on here, and those attached on there very easily. It's a first world problem. If you're trying to absent-mindedly grab the zippers, you're not going to be able to do it from factory the way these things are set up. The strap's not removable. You can unstrap the bottom, maybe roll it up and stick it in the bag. But if you want to take this entire bag, throw it in, use this as a walk-around pouch or a large walk-around pouch, kind of like what I do with some of their competitor bags, you can't do that with this. This is sewn to this top D hook. You're not taking that off. So if they ever were to turn this into some type of backpack conversion, like some other competitors have done, that's not going to work with this. And also, I think that having 3 pin slots is a little redundant. So you got the large slip pocket here. Then you got 1, 2, 3 of the exact size pin slots. Maybe we could have got away with 1 and maybe make this a larger pocket. You know, I could have put a multi-tool here or something like that. But this is a tech sling. So they imagine you're going to put a pin in your drawing materials and whatever else inside of there. Now let's get back to glazing. These are the pros. This thing is comfortable AF. It doesn't matter. I know that I said that this wing looks weird, but it distributes the weight well. It feels really good on your back. It feels good when you're wearing this thing. It's fantastic. This little removable shoulder strap, sometimes it does slide up or down. I wouldn't say it's a con. It's just something you got to get used to when you throw it on your body. But it feels great. Whether you're wearing a hoodie, a jacket, a t-shirt, it's always comfortable. It looks very sophisticated. If you work in a type of environment, when you do EDC, you don't want to have a bag that has hook and loop and molly all over the place. This has a level of sophistication that works in an office environment, and I think it looks really good. That's pretty subjective. The high-vis interior gets grandpa excited. They could have just went with the wax canvas look on the inside. The outside could be wax canvas, and then the coloration of this wax canvas is a lighter color. They could have just let that be on the inside. They took the additional step to sew this interior in. I think that's a big thing. It might be their signature. It might be just the vibe that they give off in their bags, but I love the way this interior look. I love that this is made by hand. They have videos on their website to prove that somebody's making some stuff by hand over there in their facility. But when you get this in your hands, you will not doubt that someone made this by hand. The stitching, the sewing, it feels like someone sat down, rolled up their sleeves, and put this bag together specifically for you. And I think that's a really great thing. The double access pocket in the front is humongous. I don't know if it's significantly bigger than my other bags. It just feels really big because you have full access to it. You can just fully unzip it and get inside. And I love the fact that you can get it from both sides. This adjustable strap is goated. I never knew how much I needed to quickly adjust a bag when it's on my back until I got this strap on my body. It's wintertime, I'm wearing hoodies. I might throw a flannel on top of this, take it off, wear a t-shirt. I can just adjust this on the fly, or I can give this entire sling to Danny Lene. She can just make an adjustment once it's on her body, making adjustments to this bag without having to lean forward, looking like a weirdo. Like normally the way you adjust bags and backpacks, you got to lean backwards or lean forward and get the bag off your back and you don't have to do any of that stuff. This makes it very, very easy to make those adjustments on the fly. For me personally, the price is a pro. Now, I went out and I did research and looked at some of their similarly sized, handmade, made in America bags from Nutsack, Brown Buffalo, Garage Built, Hitch and Timber. This bag is market price. It's fair and reasonable, and it lines up with their competitors. Now, for your specific budget, it may be an expensive bag, and I can agree with that. But when it comes to where they're playing, the space that they're playing in, the way that this bag is made, it is a banger for $189. Adding that additional strap taking you over $200 feels a little weird once you do that, but I think the price is a pro. There's no reason why with these materials that I cannot hand this down to one of my sons who are both under 5 years old. This thing can definitely go for the long haul. Who is this for? Well, this is not the Indiana Jones of sling bags. If you need hook and loop, if you need loop handling for your REs, this is not for you. If you need molly because you're going to be attaching all sorts of tactical stuff, this is not for you. This is not for the tactical bros. This is for the tactical bros on the weekend. Monday through Friday, maybe you need to have all your stuff, all your slings at the ready. This is probably not for you. If you want a little bit of heritage, sophistication, something that's going to patina like butter, I can imagine what this front leather piece is going to look like in a year. It's probably going to be fantastic. You want something that's going to grow with character, with age, that you might be able to hand down to someone. Pretty low maintenance. Just keep this, maybe some mink oil for the front here, and then wipe this with a wet damp cloth and we re-wax it once a year. This is for you. If you need quick access to your stuff, you want to just be able to throw everything in here, have some weathers, these fantastic zippers which are weatherproof, some decent zipper pulls. You might want to add a little bit of extra on there like I did. This bag is for you. If you're an avid book reader, if you're a tech head and you want to be able to throw a real hardcover novel, your tablet, a couple pens, a battery bank, head off to a Barnes & Noble, a coffee shop, the library, wherever, and chill out, this is for you. Who's this bag not for? If you don't like the patina, I would recommend either get this bag in ballistic nylon, which is black. In the black leather, it's going to be harder to see it, or get something different because the leather is going to patina. If you're not about that life, then don't get this bag. If you need the maximum amount of flexibility, being able to remove the strap and stuff like that, this is not the bag for you. You cannot do that. Don't get this bag. If you don't want to have to clean and maintain wax leather, you may not have to do it very often, but I have a whole kit, then this bag may not be for you. Now, the elephant in the room is the nut sack sling bag. It exists. We can't pretend that it doesn't. I have the nutsack morale sling here. Let's take this flag off and kind of just look at them both in their naked glory. I mean, look at them. They are basically the same size. They both are made out of wax canvas. This one being the 15 ounce, this being 16 ounce. I don't know what the difference is. This one having the nylon on the back for the moisture wicking. I mean, we got to do a comparison video in the future, but you can kind of just take a look and kind of decide which one may be for you by just taking a quick glance at the two. But it's a hard decision because if you've seen my video on the nutsack sling bag, I've recommended this sling. Now you're seeing this video on this waterfeld. I recommend this sling. We'll do a comparison and see the breakdown in the future. So make sure that you're subscribed so you can see that video to see why does it make sense to possibly get one or over the other. But this is about this waterfeld San Francisco bag sling, and it's a freaking banger. Comment down below, would you pick this thing up? Are you interested in it? Have you heard about it? What do you think about these materials? Can you believe the level of effort that was put into this bag? I would love to know what your comments down below. If this is your first time stopping by, hit that subscribe button, join the battalion. I would love to have you a part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for stopping by, watching me run my grave. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.